Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we are going to discuss about generators. So, before that, I wanted to share one story with you. In one of my project, I was reading an input file and doing some transformations. And then while testing, I got memory error. So then I debug it and got to know the size of the input file was greater than 5 GB. So input file size was greater than 5 GB. And I was reading this file into the memory at once. So that was the reason why I was getting memory error. In order to resolve this, I wrote a generator function which resolved this issue. So generally, where you will use the generators mostly for reading a large file, or say you have an infinite series. In that case also you can use generator. Now let's check this function over here. Now over here, this get number functions passing a number, it will append those numbers from starting from 0 to that number into this list, and then it will return that list back to the caller. Let's run this, and you can see I got all of these number at once, right? And class of this one is list. Now what will happen if I will increase this number to a very large number? Probably I can get memory error, right? So I'm not going to do that, but instead of that, let's do one thing. I wrote one function over here, and this will decide what is the memory it is going to occupy. Not this one over here, and let's say increase the same functions, and I'm increasing this number to this large number. Now if I will call this function, let's see like how much memory it is going to occupy. Say over here, it's took this much of memory. Right over here, save it. As the number will increase, definitely its size will increase with that. Now how we can resolve this issue, or how we can convert this function to the generator, that we are going to discuss in the next. Over here I wrote one generator function. Let me open it side by side, and you can see function is pretty much like, sorry, it's not this one. This function is pretty much similar to this. However, there is a couple of changes. We have removed this number because we don't have to add the number into any list, right? So we remove this, and instead of returning anything, I'm just using the keyword yield, this one. And over here you can see what we are doing over here. We are appending a number. So this same number I'm going to add over here, and that's it. That is the way how we can create the generator. Now let's run this, and to get the data from generator, either you can use for loop, or you can use the keyword next. So let's first try with the next, and then, so you can see we got this is object type is generator, and as we have used 3 next, we got 0, 1 and 2, right? Now the same data, how I can get using the for loop, let's check that. and over here you can write 4 item in sequence data, then print item and say if count greater than 3 break. I don't want it to print everything, so just got one counter. Let's initialize this count and let's run this. And you can see over here we got these numbers, right? So these are the two ways how you can get the data from the generators. Now let's check how much memory it's going to occupy. For first one it was this much. Let's see for the generator. And we'll pass the same number. So running, and you can see like it's just taking 64 instead of that big number. Instead of this one, the generator took only 64. So kind of like it will not take much memory. Concept is like dynamically to read some content, and when you're calling the next, again it will load that data like that. Now we are going to discuss about one more way to create generators. Let's say going to say list sample, and we can create a list using list comprehension. I for I in range say 10, then we can print this list, right? So if I'll check the type of this one, say list sample, you say this is a list type, list class. Now if I wanted to create a generator, then take this line and we are going to modify it. It would be generator sample. Instead of this bracket, change it to small bracket. And now if I'll check this one, you can see this is a generator. And now I can go next generator sample, and I'll get this number. Let's iterate through all the number. I should have taken a smaller number. Anyway, so this way we can get all the numbers, and at last you'll get stop iteration exceptions. When this list will get exhausted, then you will get stop iterations. So while coding you can handle this part also. So thank you for watching.